Good day, my friends, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. My name's Chris, and I'm the Batman statue collector right here on YouTube. And recently, I did a toy hunt video where I actually went to Walmart and I was trying to track down some of the newest McFarlane toys and some of the other really cool DC toys. And because, again, I know a lot of you out there collect them. Well, one thing about the McFarlane is it's nostalgic. I loved the superpowers whenever I was a kid, but the new stuff is not good as what I had as a kid. Like I loved, I mean, you could actually, squeeze their legs and they did action. These are for nostalgia purposes, really. But I haven't really been sold on the designs. They're okay, but they're not as good as what I remember as a kid. Well, McFarlane actually just today announced a brand new Wave 2. And the cool thing is, especially Batman, they look a lot like the stuff that I had when I was a kid. They actually went back and retooled and made the characters look more like they did in the 80s. And I think that is what they should have done from the very, very beginning. But of course, they didn't ask the Batman statue collector. But anyway, I'm really glad to see that they are doing this. So again, if you are a toy collector, this video might be for you. Again, it's just some new things that they are announcing. I thought I would share the photos with you so you guys can check out what is part of Wave 2. And I also have a few other photos to show you as well. So again, if you're a statue collector, thank you for being here. But this is for the toy collectors today. Hope you enjoy it. All right, guys, so first up, like I said, is Batman. And it's really, really cool because it has that clip-on fabric cape, just like whenever I was a kid. I just feel like it looks like the figure I had. Is it perfect? No. Is it exactly the same? No. But I feel like it's way better than that first one they came out with, which I didn't think looked anything like the classic superpowers. I think they were definitely trying to go for a modern feel with that one, but this one has that classic 80s look, and I absolutely love it. And speaking of loving it, look at this. They have also a brand new Batmobile. Again, it's not exactly the same. I remember the 80s one had this like battering ram thing where it was like it hit the Joker or whatever. And so I do think this looks really cool though. Again, it has that classic 80s style. And so I think this is going to be very popular among adult collectors for sure. You also have a Robin here. Now this Robin, again, has that fabric cape, which I love. It doesn't really look to me as much like the 80s. It looks more like kind of like the animated series look. But it's still, kind of close with that fabric cape. I just feel like that really is what gives it the feel. And again, I like this way better than the other figures they've done. I think it just looks really great. They also have a Wonder Woman that has a cape. I don't think the actual Wonder Woman that I had, I remember like she crossed her arms when you squeezed her legs. These obviously don't do that, but I do like, again, that it has that fabric cape. Again, it just feels like the 80s. It's got those bright 80s colors. And I think this looks a lot better than anything, again, that they've done with the current figures. Again, going back to that classic feel, which I really appreciate. They also have an invisible jet, and I don't know if they ever made this. I feel like they did in the 80s. I don't remember. I didn't have this one personally. I had like Lex Luthor's vehicle, and I had the Batmobile and some of those other things. But it's really cool. Obviously, again, it's a fun toy, very highly collectible, I think, if you're collecting this line, just to have some of the vehicles. So I like that they're doing the Batmobile, and I like that they're doing the Invisible Jet. Very, very cool touch. McFarlane Toys, very, very cool. You have a very classic-looking 80s Aquaman. Again, it doesn't look exactly like it did when I was a kid, but kind of has that same idea, the same feel. You obviously get the trident. It just has that look. It's not that modern Aquaman necessarily. It looks really great to me. I really appreciate this one as well. Then, of course, you have the Black Manta, and this one is apparently only going to be available at Walmart. So, you're going to have to get it just at that particular store, kind of a store exclusive. But, of course, this is cool. I mean, again, it has that 80s vibe, definitely not like the movie version. So, again, I appreciate that as a fan, as a collector. This lineup is really, really cool. So that's all the superpowers. I did want to throw in these as well because I saw this image and I thought this was really cool. They're also doing some of these from a comic book line, and this is Mr. Freeze. A really different take on him. I can see a lot of collectors really wanting this. I think it'd be cool to have a statue of this. Just a different look with the very, very different helmet for Freeze. But again, this is part of a current comic storyline. Page turners is what they're calling these. You also have a Batman, kind of like this barbarian Batman from this time period, which I think is cool too. I really, really like the way the figure looks. I just think it's neat. It's articulated well. So I think this is awesome. And then the last one I want to show you here is the Batgirl. I don't like this one as much, but still cool. I think overall all these are really neat. I think the Batman Superpowers is my favorite. All the other ones are okay. I don't feel like they're as good as the Batman, but I definitely did want to share them with you guys because I thought they were so cool. Again, this is a new wave 2 for the Superpowers line, and I hope they do a whole bunch more. It'd be really cool to see the Joker especially. All right, guys, so there you have it. What do you think? Again, do you guys agree with me that it looks more like the classic 1980s Superpowers? Again, I collected most of that line when I was a kid. I had some of the vehicles and things, but seeing these new vehicles and seeing the new characters, it's really cool that they're doing this new wave, and I hope that they kind of, you know, keep on this same path. I hope they don't go back to the more generic designs. I hope they kind of stick with that 80s feeling. And it would be awesome if they all did something. Like I remember Joker with the mallet. They were just so cool. I remember like a Darkseid had that little thing where the light hit it and it made his eyes glow. Like little things like that. That is what made it fun whenever we were kids. But anyway, I know a lot of these people probably buying them now are probably adult collectors because, again, nostalgia. I don't know, do kids play with toys anymore? My kids never really did. They liked, you know, playing cards and being outside, but they never really played with action figures. Do your kids still play with action figures, or do they like action figures? I don't know. You don't see them as often in the stores as you used to. I know there's some, but I feel like it's mostly adult collectors. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think of my shirt. It's a little bit different for sure. I wore this to work today, but definitely not very Batman-y. But anyway, I hope you're all doing great. And let me know what you think down below if you're interested or if you are a collector of these things as well. Again, great price point. This is definitely for the budget collector. Definitely, you know, better than a $1,000, $2,000 statue. You can definitely collect a lot more for that amount at least. You know, whatever. But anyway, let me know what you guys like. If you're a toy collector, I occasionally am. I like to collect some things, but again, I'm, you know, so used to these big giant things that I feel like anything small that I buy just kind of pales into comparison, for at least for me. But I'm curious as to what you guys collect. Anyway, thank you very much for letting me come into your homes and on your phones and smart tablets here today. I really appreciate you all. Can't do this without you. Again, you are the reason why I do this channel, and I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Tell your friends about the channel. Get them to subscribe. We are on our way to 50K. Help us get there. I'll see you guys in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.